ये कहाँ है हमारे, ये कहाँ है?
So very good afternoon, good morning to all, and welcome to today's press interaction. As you all are aware, the bank has declared the Q1 FY24 results yesterday evening, and to give a talk and give the performance highlights of the Q1 performance of the bank. From the top management side, we have the gracious presence of our MD and CEO, Madam A. Mani Meklai. Also, we have with us our respected ED sirs, respected ED Sri Vishesh Ranjan sir, Sri Nidu Saxena sir, ED, and ED Sri Rama Subramaniam sir. And of course, we have the entire top management, all the CGMs and GMs from the verticals, including our CRO sir and CFO sir, Saman sir. So the format is like this. I'll just give it to the top management. So over to you, madam, for any your opening address, if any, and then post that we will take the Q&A session. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Jadli. Good morning to all of you, and I welcome you to this financial results for the quarter ended 30th June 2023. In spite of the inclement weather and the heavy rains outside, you have made it. So, thank you all once again. During the Q1, the bank's business and financial results have been strong growth we have seen for the Q1 FY24, and we have achieved some good set of numbers in terms of profit and profitability, asset quality and capital adequacy, among others. Let me just give you a brief on what the achievements were for the quarter one, the Q1 of FY24. The total business of the bank reached 19.5 trillion with a deposit of 11.3 trillion and advances to the tune of 8.2 trillion. Operating profit of the bank has registered a YoY growth of 32%, largely driven by 17% YoY growth in net interest income and 38% growth in non-interest income. Net profit of the bank crossed 3,200 crore with a YoY growth of almost 108%. NIM improved to 3.13, registering a 13 bips YoY growth. We saw a good ROA in the sense we did about ROA of 1% for the quarter ended June 23, registering 47 bips YoY. CRAR of the bank stood at 15.95, much higher than the regulatory minimum of 11.5%. We have shown significant improvement in the asset quality, while gross NPA has come down by 288 bips. Net NPA has come down by 173 bips. Credit cost of the bank is 97 bips compared to 2.02 in the corresponding year last year. RAB portfolio has registered a higher growth, much above 15%, and retail lending has grown by 16%, agriculture by 13%, and MSME by 14.9%. Bank is building a future-ready digital banking platform, which we will, talk to you a little later in detail. We have had a lot of STP journeys, which my ED will be talking to you on these issues. We are also coming out with major initiatives like the wealth management, video KYC, retail relationship centers, and many more such initiatives the bank has taken. With this, I conclude my opening remarks, and I am now open for interaction from all of you. Thank you. Yes, CASA is a concern for us. Even last year also we have told you that CASA remains a concern for the bank. Even if you today also you look at my CASA to retail term deposit among the in the deposit is about 73% CASA, and bulk deposits is 27%. We have taken a lot of initiatives with regard to increasing the CASA portfolio of the bank, and we hope to do better in the next quarters. In this quarter, we have not been able to grow CASA. You know that Q1 is usually a slack season, but in spite of that, we did see a almost, if you look at absolute terms, we grew by almost 17,000 crores over the last FY22. But the concern remains on CASA for us, and we have taken a lot of initiatives to improve the CASA base of the bank. See, we have, in fact, we have carved out a separate department for, the CASA, the deposit mobilization department. We have, within the CASA deposit mobilization department, we have got separate verticals, look at salary accounts and accounts for, we have bought out new products. We have, in fact, bought out products for women separately. For children, we have bought out new products. So there are major initiatives like that we have taken. We are also looking at relocating our branches in locations where there is good CASA, mobilization can be done in those locations. That is also what we are looking at. We have got some tools from the market where we can identify these pockets and relocate our branches. So these are a few strategies that we are looking at, but there are many more that we are taking forward to see that our CASA grows. In fact, we are also taking care of QR. QR is another way of bringing out CASA, which I will ask Nitish ji. He can explain to you how we are engaging in digital platform to see that the CASA also grows. Please.
Yeah, so maybe I'll also add a little bit more on the digital strategy of the bank. I'll take 3-4 minutes to give a broader picture, because today Union Bank of India is in a very interesting phase of the technology and digital upgradation. And the three key components of that.
You can use it. You can use this one. Yeah.
Is it okay now? You can hear me? Okay. So three broader components. So three broader components of our tech and digital strategy, if you look at, one is obviously the managing the entire core of the technology, where we have invested a lot over the last 2-3 years in terms of augmenting the entire hardware. Second part is the cyber security architecture, where Union Bank of India is among the leading bank today. In fact, we are one of the institutions in the country which are under the National Critical IT Infrastructure. We have been certified for that. And the third is the digital platform, which is again most important for the customer facing. Here are 3-4 things that Union Bank of India is today engaged in. One is the building the digital platform, which is API-based, most modular microservices-led architecture. Then the second component is the CRM, Customer Relationship Management Tool, which I'm very happy to share today with you that we are already gone live on all the modules of the CRM. Third component is the contact center, which again is very important if we are looking at our customer to remain digital. As of now, we are into RFP stage for the contact center. And the fourth component, again, for the entire life cycle of the customer is how do we actually leverage the data. So for that, we are building a good data lake along with a good analytics capability. Again, there we are in the advanced stage of the onboarding the SI. On the digital platform, the 3-4 components. One is the creating a seamless journey. So we have idea of creating around 350 plus journey for the customers across these services, whether it is liabilities, assets, wealth management, payments, everything, lifestyle, everything we are creating there through the seamless journey. Second is creating an omni-channel experience by which our customer can start the journey at one of the channels and actually can take up the remaining part of the journey on any other channels. For example, if as a customer you start your SA journey, savings account opening journey on mobile, you are stuck, you have not completed, and let's say you go to the internet banking of Union Bank of India or even to the branch of Union Bank of India, actually you will be restarting the journey from the point where you have left on the mobile app. So that's the kind of omni-channel experience. Third, again, we are looking at the hyper-personalization, because today customer is not one. There are multiple segments of customers under different brackets, whether the HNI or the middle income class. Every segment, there are different kinds of customer segments. We'll be doing the hyper-personalization on our mobile app also. And the fourth component, which will be again a state of the art, is the conversational AI, which will leverage the AI technology for providing the great experience to our customers. Today, for our digital platform, we already have the consultant onboarded. We also have now the SI onboarded for the digital platform. It's a 3-year journey, but yes, we are looking it as a gradual rollout of the things. So the first MVP is expected to come by the third quarter of the current financial year. And by the fourth quarter of the current financial year, we are expecting to completely migrate the existing mobile banking platform to the new digital banking platform. And then in the next financial year, actually we will be seeing rollout of the many more assets, the separate app for the MSME customer, corporate customers, like that, so many things we'll be doing. At the same time, we are working with many of the fintechs. As of now, we have more than 100 fintechs empaneled with us, and we are working in partnership with various institutions, including some of the marquee partnerships that we have with the Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, with the Reserve Bank itself in terms of launching the KYC journey, KCC journey, and the CBDC rollout that we have done. If you look at some of the achievements that we have done, and I think we shared 2 months back also when we were discussing about the Q4 performance. So as of now, totally 11 plus journeys are live. 65% growth is there in terms of digital fixed deposit creation in the bank. 53% growth is there in terms of our customers taking the loan against deposit digitally. 38% of Shishu Mudra loans are happening on the this thing STP. And of the total personal loan sanction in the bank, 31% is getting sanctioned digitally. And if you look at the overall number of the business that we have done so far, which is completely digital, where the customer is starting at the mobile app of the bank and finishing the journey on the mobile app, around 34.6 lakh customer accounts we have opened so far, aggregating to more than almost 52,000 crores of business so far. One of the interesting thing is about, as I said, the digital is not only about the customer facing, but also digitizing some of the processes. The review renewal is one of the feature in the banking. Every year, every account has to be renewed. What we have done is MSME loans up to 10 lakh and retail loans, we have made it completely digital renewal. As I speak today, 94% of the MSME loans and 81% of the retail loans are getting digitally renewed, which is saving a lot of manpower and also creating a lot of convenience to our customers. They need not walk into our branches for submitting papers at the time of renewal. It's all happening through the data which is available in the system. So at the end state for the digital, which we are looking, around 50% of the RAM acquisition should happen from the digital over the next 2-3 years, which will essentially translate into almost 15% of our RAM book coming only through the digital. We are also targeting around 1 trillion of CASA accounts through the digital. And the third most objective of this digital investment will be to create good customer satisfaction, which we will be measuring through the CSAT scores and for the different products and services that we do. So this is broadly the things that we are doing. The good thing is that Union Bank today has already invested in these decisions. We are also seeing that wherever we need the right skill sets in the bank, we are very open to do that. We have already done few hirings like the Chief Digital Officer. We have hired for the contact center laterally. We have hired the head of digital marketing, and like that, that process is continuous. By April or March 2024, we will have our digital platform rollout of the mobile banking. We will have our contact center up and running, and I think our CRM will also get the maturity, which will create a lot of good experience to our customers and businesses coming through the digital channels, savings on the OPEX for the bank. This is broadly what we are doing on the digital and the technology.
What is the situation on ground regarding the wholesale lending is concerned? Is there a better traction compared to what the commentary was in the Q4 of the last financial year?
Lending means both the corporate and RAM sector.
Yes, yes.
I will touch upon that. Corporate, yes, there are a few projects where capacity expansion, everything is happening. But there is high competition among the banks in lending to the corporate with the pricing is going on. We, in the corporate lending, we look at as a package. We look at that along with the loan portfolio, we also wanted to be doing the transactions and the collection mechanisms of the corporates also. And totally what the bank is earning, we are looking at it, and we are doing in the corporate sector. The corporate sector, yes, the growth is little muted in the first quarter, but we expected there will be furthermore capacity additions will be there in the second. RAM, as far as RAM sector is concerned, retail is doing very well. We are also grown up from more than 16%. Now the retail verticalization is in place in the bank. The entire retail sector, retail portfolio is being handled by the retail loan points in various places. Though branches will be still the delivery points, the underwriting is being done taken at the retail loan points. Agriculture, it is also, we are also doing very well in that agriculture portfolio. We are done, grown around 14%, which is major contribution is from our gold loan. Gold loan has increased by around 56%, which is carrying which is a very capital light asset, and which gives a lot of leverage for the bank to grow its advances without worrying about the capital. And regarding MSME, we are being in the forefront in lending the MSME, which also again the underwritings have been, the verticalization has happened in the bank, and underwritings have been done at our MSME loan points, and we also opened Union first MSME branches, which will be catering to the client. So this is how this RAM sector is growing very vibrantly. Corporate also we are doing it, but we want to keep the ratio overall with the RAM and corporate level at 56 to 5.
Have you made any assessment of the impact of ECL norms? What would it be?
Yeah, we have made a study of the ACL portfolio, but it is only in the draft stage. But we have taken a good measure with regard to counter the ECL, and the impact will not be that big on the bank. But we are very much aware of how much the ECL impact will be on the bank, and we are taking due measures on that. We are doing a little bit of, from this quarter onwards we will start doing a little bit of more provisions towards the ECL impact also, but we are fully provided as of now, and we will not see much of an impact. As you can see that we have got a very strong balance sheet right now, and slippages are under control. The recovery mechanism also is in place, and and of course the RBI will give us 5 years timelines to take the impact on ECL, and even then if the ECL comes to us in March 24, we will really have about 12 months time to work on that. So we are fully geared to meet the impact of the ECL.
No extra provisions are made this quarter?
For ECL? No, for ECL we have not made any extra provision. We are going forward, we will be doing it from next quarter.
Year on year, the provision is slightly up. I mean, it's almost the same. So what was it that kept it elevated? Because NPA provisions have really fallen. So what was it?
No, provisions were actually for NPAs we have done some provision, and standard assets provision also we have taken care. Standard asset provision is very small, just about 56 crores. NPA provision we did close to 2,000 crores of NPA provision we did, and taxation.
What is it?
No, normal aging provisions and stuff like that, and taxation including deferred tax we did another 2,000 crores. So that's what the impact is, about 3,900 crores of provision, excess provision that we have made in this quarter. See, but we are, we started the exercise of, I can't give you the numbers right now. We started the exercise of ECL calculation from September 22 onwards. And what we have observed is, it has drastically come down for this, March quarter. We have actually not calculated. On a rough estimate, it's come down quite well. So we are not looking at a very big impact. Going forward also, see, if you look at the ECL, impact, it was more on the AQR. So now that the AQR period is almost gone by, so and the books of the banks have also done well, so we are not seeing a very big impact through the ECL mechanism. CASA, we had, yes, it is declining of course, but what we are also looking at is the absolute CASA numbers in the bank is increasing. If you look at for the current year also, YOY, the absolute numbers have almost grown by 17,000 crores. So though the ratio may be coming down, but the absolute number of CASA is growing. CASA, we had given an outlook of, we internally we gave about 36%. We are at almost 35% right now. So we are doing a lot of activity, as I told earlier also. Lot many things are going forward for increasing the CASA base of the bank, and as ED also mentioned that in every product that we do, we also look at the CASA component in that. Adani का कितना है अभी?
So my Adani group.
No, don't.
No, you don't put it on. Yeah. Yeah.
So my other group exposure would be around 7,800 crores.
After now that the debt-related concerns of the group are kind of allaying, would you be open to grant fresh funding?
Ma'am, it is not just for Adani Group alone that I can tell. If the the ratings are good of the company, or the pricing what we are looking at is good, we are open to lend to anybody.
Also wanted to ask about your credit growth target. Right now, loan growth is around 12.3%. But for the full year, if you could help us with the target.
Yeah, we have given the guidance. If you look at my guidance, it was advances growth was to the extent of 10 to 12% is what we had given a guidance. Deposit growth of 8 to 10%. That's what the guidance that we had given.
And would you be looking to raise any fresh capital?
Of course, this year we will be raising capital. We have taken approval for our board to raise equity capital of about 8,000 crores, and tier 1 and tier 2 capital to the extent of another 2,000 crores. The total capital raise that we are looking at is about 10,000 crores for the current.
How has been the demand specifically from the big to large corporate segment? Because still, last quarter, the bankers were saying that the demand is still muted. So how do you see the demand specifically from this quarter and the next quarter?
Yeah, as far as as I told last quarter, there was some muted growth was there in the corporate sector. But we are finding it that there are a lot of additions are happening, especially in the steel, iron and steel sector and the renewable energy sector. There are many things happening. Even mid corporate level also, we are finding it there are more demand is coming up. Actually, looking at, we are already having our sanctioned pipeline, which is due for disbursement during the year, is more than 25,000 crores we are having. So we don't find any difficulty in getting the required.
But any particular sectors where you are seeing huge demand?
That's what I told you about. We are already there is a good demand in the HAM model of road projects.
Infrastructure.
And we are also getting a large number of demanding in iron and steel. Pharmaceutical now is coming up, the new pharmaceutical units which we are
Renewable energy.
And RE always is one of the sector. Real estate also, we are now, there is a good demand is there, which will again going to fuel my growth in the retail sector.
So one more question on the fintech side. Specifically, since the partnership between banks and fintechs are growing, what I would like to learn is, since your exposure to MSME is 94%, 81% personal loans are being digitally, who are actually underwriting these loans? Are fintechs working as a loan aggregator specifically for you and your underwriting, or the other way around?
No, in MSME, that is a co-lending model that you are referring to. Right now, my co-lending model is not very aggressive. We would like to go in for that model in the current year. These are all sourced by my own branches, and that's the way it is. The MSME model right now is like that. We also have a very small portion of origination through fintech, but going forward, we would like to have a lot of co-lending partners also. No, this is as per the RBI guidelines, where it is 20/80 will be the ratio. And while I am at it, ma'am, you asked me the question on the capital. And the capital I will be raising only to meet the demand of SEBI, where they say that the government capital should be below 75%. That's the reason that I am going in for a capital. Otherwise, for growth capital, I don't need it.
So just to add on that fintech part, so 100 fintechs that I spoke about, that is about partnering with the fintech in terms of developing the journey for the customer on the mobile app or the other assets of the bank. So once the journey is developed, then it is the bank which is interfacing with the customer. It's not the fintech which is interfacing with the customers.
We have given a guidance to reduce it to 6 or below 6. Even as I speak now, we are the outliers in the market, and the average PSBs is 5.5%. We are at 7.5, so we were 7.34. So we would like to reduce it further. Below 6 is what we are looking at. We have given a guidance that we will recover close to 16,000 crores for the current year. Last year we did well. More than 20,000 crores is what we have recovered. So hopefully we will also be reducing the NPA to below 6%.
In absolute terms, how much
in the current quarter. See, if you look at the present one, we have recovered close to 3,500 crores. And in that, I think about the cash recovery was to the tune of 1,000 to 200 crores, upgradation about 1,000. And from write-offs, it was about another 1,500 crores is what we have seen in our. So keeping in tune the same thing, recovery from write-off accounts, last year we did about 5,500 crores. We will be doing about 4,500 crores for the current year. The rest of that will be coming from cash recovery and upgradation.
From a treasury point of view, can I have a breakup of how much is the profit from bond, equity, and mutual funds this quarter was
So we give breakup on the.
Profit is around 775 crores.
Yeah.
Out of which forex profit is around 260 crores and mutual fund profit is around 100 crores. Remaining are from sale of investment around 400 crores.
Sir, could you just repeat it? Bond and how much is that?
No, so actually what we disclose is the total treasury income,
Yeah,
of which is the forex related income and non-forex related income.
Okay.
These are the three components we disclose, which is also available in slide number. Yeah. So
Yeah,
and
treasury
you can give that
yeah,
number.
you can.
Yeah.
Treasury income is 775.
Yeah, total income is 775. Out of which forex income is 260.
Okay.
100 crores is from mutual fund and other investments.
Okay.
And the sale of SLR, non-SLR security will be around 400 to 450 crores.
How much has it grown like?
ECLGS book is quite well contained, no problem on that. And one thing you should understand with the ECLGS book is it is almost 75% is collateral guaranteed by the government. So we have got NPA to the tune of about 5% in the ECLGS book. Yes. Total my cumulative sanctions was to the tune of 16,700 and disbursement about 15,000. And this NPA is quite 5%, so 75% of that I will be receiving back. So not much of a concern on that book.
Madam, in India First Life Insurance, you will completely exit or you will keep some percentage below 10%?
See, I have got no need for now to exit any company where I don't need capital right now. I am quite well capitalized, so I see no need to exit from the India First. Actually, it's one of the partners, and I'm having good benefits from that partnership. We did offload it. Now I hold about less than 9% stake in India First. Yes, we'll continue with that. Sud Life is about 51%. As and when there is a requirement of capital, I will be looking at it. But as of now, they are the 13th largest, life insurance company in India. And if there is a need for growth capital there, we will surely be looking into that.
Is there any further update on the front of NARCL? What is the status there? And also, if you can elaborate on SMA book status.
SMA book is, as of now, it is 0.51% of the total book. And there is a little bit of concern on my retail and MSME book. And so that is usual, I think, across the economy, it's the same. But we have taken good measures to protect our retail and MSME segment. As I have been telling last year also, we have got a very good approach towards the stress assets. It is under control, and slippages are quite many. If you've seen, the recovery is much better than the slippages, and that's the one. And as regards the NARCL book, we have given about 8 is what we are looking at. 42 accounts have been identified. Out of that, 8 accounts we are in advanced stage of discussion with NARCL.
What is the amount?
It will be close to about 3,000 crores. On 8 accounts that we are on the advanced stage of discussion, that will be around 8,000 crores.
So in Narcel, we have 3 accounts which have already seen the transfer. We have already transferred these accounts. There is the amount involvement of around 900 crores, where we have seen a 46% recovery for the bank. The rest is what is in the pipeline. We have a long list, 8 accounts, what MD has informed, is where we are in the process of doing our due diligence, because the bids have come from the Narcel. And rest, we have around 45 accounts in all, where the amount can go up to 10,000 crores approx. But the bidding, as I said, in 8 to 10 accounts is the next target, post 3 accounts that we already transferred to Narcel.
Education loan. Education loan, my book is to the extent of 9,800 crores. We have seen a good traction last year, about 33% growth I have observed in the education loan. In the same book, the study abroad is to the extent of about 2,600 crores. Asset quality is not of a concern. It's about 1.5% is now the NPA book in my education loan. I'm not seeing much of a concern in that portfolio.
Is that all or any more questions?
Yeah.
Because you highlighted the CBDC onboarding 1 lakh customers, how many of them would you say are actively using it in transactions versus just experimenting it for the first time and then putting it in a full shelf product?
So, if you recall what happened 6-7 years ago when the UPI came, it was a similar story. We were just discovering what is this UPI, how it works. I think it is the same thing is happening with the CBDC. Compared to UPI, which was launched across the country, available for everyone, CBDC presently is a very controlled environment. There are select set of banks which are working, and in the select cities and for the select group of customers. But the good point is that as I speak today, for the overall ecosystem, 1 million customers have already downloaded the CBDC, and they have done some transaction on the CBDC. So awareness is increasing. More and more banks, when they come into this, more use cases when they roll out, I think the adoption will increase. So transaction is not very high. That's numbers I don't have today, but transaction is not high.
How many POSCO accounts have you opened?
We have opened 2 accounts, but we have not seen any transaction in those accounts actually.
Thank you very much. In spite of the bad weather, you people have come and participated. So thank you very much, and we request to give a wide coverage to the financial results.